everyone, we have a quick 2-hour time crunch going on right now. I just inherited all these free plants over from my aunt's house. I just dug up 2 huge buckets of Swiss chard, a ton of red bee balm, some perennial grass, and then another perennial flower. We have a huge thunderstorm that's about to roll in about 2 hours, and then we get a little break, and then we have sun, and then it's going to rain for the next 4 to 5 days straight. So my goal is to get everything into the ground before all of this happens. So wish me luck. Normally what I would do is go around my garden bed where I plan on putting most of the bee balm and weed first, but we don't have time for that, unfortunately. And there is so much Swiss chard, I'm not even sure where I'm gonna put it. I might have to put it over by our living room window where I was planning on putting my Mexican sunflowers. So we shall see. That might actually work out in the backdrop. But we have a lot to do in a short amount of time. You can hear every neighbor is getting their lawns mowed before the storm comes and all the rain. So we have to really get going. We are on a time crunch. And hi, if you're new here, my name is Kristy. I am located in Massachusetts, Zone 6A, with an average last frost date of May 15th. Today is May 3rd. I am so behind on everything, but I figured why not get all of this free stuff in. I love red bee balm. It helps bring in the hummingbirds and the pollinators. And then the perennial grasses, I really want to somehow get behind my play structure. I might end up just potting them up for now and then planting them once the thunderstorms and all this rain goes away. So let's get to it. All right, so we got the sunnies out because my eyes are going haywire. We are going to put the Swiss chard right here. I am going to just rake this, and then I will dig the Swiss chard since it is a perennial. I really want to keep this contained. My aunt said that it's spread crazy over the past few years, and she would just keep moving it, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. She had several huge clumps, and I barely took half of one. So I'm going to put it here, that way it's maintained and can come up, nothing else will hopefully touch it. And then I'll put in the backdrop right here my Mexican sunflower. I should have plenty of space. I'm gonna try and space it out, and then I will put it here, and then hopefully all will go well. If you have recipes, please let me know, because that is something I never took from the farm share, but would love to be able to add it to my recipe book, so definitely share. I said Swiss chard. Don't know why I said that. I mean, colors, green leaves, we're still working on it. But the rhubarb is all placed right now. It is happy as can be. A little wilted, but that's okay. It hopefully will perk up. So now we're moving on to the Rose of Sharon. All right, we're taking a break in the shade right now because I am sweating, and I always choose to wear black whenever I'm planting, and then I work up a sweat. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm thinking. Anyways, now we're moving to where I have my Rose of Sharon. So the rhubarb is in place right now. It looks just dehydrated, so hopefully with the rain it'll perk back up. And right now I'm planting a perennial. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but my aunt did say that it spreads, and so it has little white flowers. So I'm gonna have to do a reverse Google search later, and if I find what it is, I will post it below. But I am going to be planting these underneath my Rose of Sharon. I haven't even worked or tilled that area. That's all right. We're gonna end up putting a little bit of mulch down anyways later. So I'm gonna get some of these in, because to me right now, the bee balm is super important, and the wind is starting to pick up. So we have to get going. We are about an hour and 10 minutes from the thunderstorm. So let's see if So this is my hodgepodge planting right now. We will get back to this and fix it up. It's starting to sprinkle already, so we might be a little bit less on time. All right, so we just had a quick passing shower, so thank goodness. I am going to be right here adding some more bee balm. I'm going to heavy load this side, mainly because it did bring in so many hummingbirds and I want us to be able to see them outside of the window. So this is going to be a huge red bee balm patch right here. And then on the outskirts, I'll be adding different types of flowers. And then I will be adding a bunch of poppies hopefully next weekend over there. So we have a lot to do. We are now officially under 50 minutes to getting this done before the thunderstorm. So we're gonna just try and get as much bee balm in again as we can, and then drink some coffee while we're at it. And so a little change of plans. I actually have a small little bit left. I'm gonna plant them on the other end of the garden by this entrance and just trying to evenly space them out. I don't remember if I put any over on the other side of the entrance. I think I put some here. I evenly spaced them out so nicely last year, but I noticed as they were growing back that they're just scattered all over the place. So I figured I'll have it continue a little bit over here. I do plan on going back either next weekend or sometime this month to dig up some more. She has so much, it's unbelievable, and it smells so good. So I'm definitely going to take her up on the offer and grab as much as I can. And I still have to plant out the ones that I grew from seed. So I'm gonna plant that out, show you around, and we have to also fill up the greenhouse. I am thrilled to say I was able to get everything planted before the rainstorm came. The wind is definitely picking up right now. We have about 30 minutes or so before this big thunderstorm is supposed to roll through. And then it kind of just will ease off, and then we'll have a few hours of sun before all the rain is coming this whole entire week. But I wanted to show you inside my greenhouse. So I just added another rack. We actually had this in our basement, so I cleared some storage off of it. I just started moving in some of my basil. I'm going to move in some tomatoes. I'm hoping to get some of the shorter ones, like my determined tomatoes, on this rack as it is starting to warm up so nicely in here. I want to start hardening things off once this rain is done. So my goal is on Thursday of next week to start the hardening off process. Anything in here will be going out. I do have some tomatoes. These are actually my extras that were basically dying because I've been neglecting them. I moved them out here and they are thriving. As you can see, they are huge, and these are nowhere as big as the ones that I have inside my house under my grow lights. But anyways, I wanted to show you, here is some of the lavender. This is the Dollar Tree lavender. It is looking great. So I have a few of these that are all potted up. I left them as little clusters right here, and I do have some with my winter sowing as well, but I do have lavender in here that's doing great. I have this right here is the feverfew that we potted up not too long ago. Ever since it has moved out here, things are just growing, and let me show you something I'm super excited about. Let's see. This beauty. So this is a coneflower that I had actually harvested from my garden. Is just got this nice beautiful stem, but look, we have a flower. I am so excited. Some of them are flowering. I have another one over here. It is the Perennial Super Duper. That is also flowering as well. So starting these in December, looks like it paid off because some of them are flowering. Now, I have some in different stages. This is also a garden one that I harvested myself. So I have some that are about this like medium. And then I have some in here. Now, they kind of got a little frostbite. I'm not gonna lie, might have killed some of the leaves, but they are bouncing back now. Their new leaves are coming in nice and green. I moved them in here, and let me see if I can actually find one and show you. I actually have some, so here we go. So it would get super cold. Let's see, and do you see these leaves? They got like a little bit frostbite, but the new leaves that are coming in are making them super strong, and they are growing much faster now. So these new leaves look so much nicer than the ones that when I potted them up. I left them wet. It was my fault. Still learning and getting used to the greenhouse, but I potted them up, left them wet, watered them, and then it got really cold at night, and so we didn't seal the greenhouse right away because we knew it was going to rain. We did it actually 2 days later, so it did drip a little bit in here and they got wet, and then it kind of just damaged the leaves, but they are totally bouncing back. And I am in no rush of planting these. Some of these will be going to the school that I have. My hollyhocks are doing pretty good. I did a little bit of overwatering, so they're getting a little bit yellow leaves, but they're coming back. What else do I have? Oh, here's my sweet williams. So I have some sweet williams that are doing good. What else do we have? I have some dahlias back there. They're getting super tall as well. I forgot to pinch them. I need to do that right now. Maybe tomorrow when it's raining, I'll come in and work in here for a little bit. I need to pinch them back, and I'm going to try and root what I am pinching off. So fingers crossed, it'll be my first time doing it. So any tips and tricks would be great. I do have some rooting hormone I used last year when I did snapdragons, and I was able to pinch them, and then I took that cutting and I rooted it, and I actually got some more snapdragons out of it. So that'll be great. And then I have some bee balm in here, but mostly these are my perennials. And my grass is doing so much better since I potted it up. I do need to get some more trays for them to sit in. That's why I need to get my tomatoes in here. Now I'm hoping that because I am moving them in here and then it is going to be raining, it's going to stay very warm. I just hope that it doesn't stunt their growth. So I am going to be super selective. I might just pick ones that are on the iffier side. I do have some that I neglected. Let's be honest, I have too many tomatoes and I have not enough time to water them. I'm watering them once or twice a day now because I just do a quick little water and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go and water them again tonight, and then I kind of forget. So that's kind of where we are at now, but thankfully I'm kind of done with seed starting. I'm going to do a lot more zinnias, and then I actually have a lot of people locally looking to buy zinnias and no one can find them at the garden stores. So I might start some zinnias in 6L trays and then sell them. I'm gonna pop up right now my flower stand that is in the works right now. My dad is fantastic and he is building me my own flower stand. So maybe I can sell them there. I would like to sell starts throughout the year, and like such as basil and other things like that. So let's keep moving things in, and maybe I'll show you some of my hot mess tomatoes or some of my great ones. So let's keep going. All right, so I have some basil. Look at this basil. Can you believe it? We seed started this, we potted it up. It smells so good, and look how lush. This is exactly why I love to just overseed. So you have like a little basil bush. I'm gonna put this down so you can see what a container looks like. I'm hoping I am not regretting bringing it in. It is actually super warm in here. I had the vents up top closed. We haven't had time to put the exhaust fan in. But it's supposed to rain. So I really want to start moving stuff out. Like I said, get more zinnias started. So maybe I'll also start some more basil. I'm trying to think now of my flower stand. It's going to also have some starts. So I'd like to have like little basil starts, or some other things, like especially like I said, zinnias. I'll probably sell what I am not planting out in the garden or in the greenhouse. And I'm trying to think of other things that I might want to get going. Our sunflowers, I'm like such a squirrel moment right now. I have to show you the sunflowers after. But anyways, here are the basil. So we have our large leaf. Oh my God, it smells amazing. So we have our large leaf right here compared to the sweet basil, which is a little bit more, I don't know what the word is. It's less compact. I like the large leaf one. This is the sweet. I did grow this last year. I'm sure if I pinched it back, it could help the stems get a little bit stronger. And then what else do we have? Some more. Oh, this is the Genovese basil. So I have a little bit of everything. So I am going to move this on out here just so I can get some more light. My racks are starting to be super crowded, but the space that I have to allow them to grow with the height, the taller ones right now have my dahlias. So I need to move things out, and my peppers too. I'm not really quite ready to move my peppers out here. So I am hoping I can put these out here and won't regret it. Like I said, The basil I put out, the sweet basil, kind of got a little bit floppy because it is like super hot in here. So I'm going to give these a good water right now. I also brought out some of my tomatoes. So this is my, what I call mystery tomato. It somehow lost its tag. So it should be fun to see what it is. This is it. It's got a pretty darn good stem. It's pretty strong. It did stretch a little bit because it is competing with my sun golds. Man, my sun golds and my sweet 100s, they are just so tall and they're literally growing with each other and supporting. So I did get some like arts and crafts sticks to use as supports. So while I move them out here later on, so I will move these bars a little bit so I can get my sun golds and sweet 100s. They are so darn tall. And they're using each other to support. So I have a lot of rearranging to do. But right now I'm just going to put some of my tomatoes over here. So these are the ones that really could use some extra help. Let's see what we have. This one's pretty darn good. This is my pineapple tomato by M.I. Gardner. So this one is, it needs just a little bit, the leaves are starting to curl. It's just a little bit dry and it really, they just need some more movement. I have a big rotating fan on them, but I just really need to start spreading them out. So I'm hoping if I can bring out some more of my determinate tomatoes, they will have the chance to grow and not be overshadowed by all of my indeterminate superstars right now. What else did I bring out here? Oh, here's one. So we have, this is a large yellow. I saved the seeds from my farm share. It's starting to turn a little bit yellow because I probably was overwatering it. That is also seems to be my problem right now, is keeping track of which ones I did water, not water. I do usually do the squish test. This one definitely just needs to have its lower leaves trimmed. It'll be fine. What I will do is when I am planting these out later, I will remove these lower leaves a few days beforehand because it will leave a mark, a wound, an open wound. And you don't want it to bring in any other diseases when you're planting them out. So I will either 5 to 7 days before I plan planting them out, probably when I start my hardening off process, I will strip any of the leaves and branches that I plan on burying. So I probably will bury it. So you see there's the solo cup. I probably will still bury it up to here. So even though this might look like a big or a decent sized tomato, I probably will still bury the stem. And I might also bury it like this. So that way, if my beds are a little bit too shallow, all you have to do is just bend it a little bit and then it'll grow like this and create more roots. So I will strip those so that way it won't have that open wound while I am planting out. So again, just trying to get my determinate tomatoes, especially like my pineapple, my yellow, my beefsteak ones, just so that way they can get some more airflow and they can just strengthen up a little bit and get that sun that they need, because they are basically just competing with my sun golds. If I showed it to you, you would be amazed. I even have tomatoes now growing in my bedroom. So we really need to move them out. All right, and we actually officially just hit the time we're supposed to have thunderstorms, and right now is blue skies. So I'm just going to keep moving some tomatoes in, watering everything in, because I don't know when I'll be back out here next. I do also plan on potting up more of my dahlia seedlings today and tomorrow. So that'll be my next plan. It's just, it's nice to not have to be doing so much seed starting. But I do plan on doing some more zinnias and just figuring out the hardening off process. I do want to share with you my experience from last year. I kind of do it either a sporadic all at once and just say, okay guys, you are going to just be okay, and that's fine. We are also going to next week, in which I am so thrilled about, opening up our winter sowing jugs, getting that perennial garden going, hardening off our perennials. I will definitely talk about that. And then we'll be moving in the peppers and more of my tomatoes in here when there's more room. And then we'll be getting everything planted out in the next few weeks, and I cannot wait. So if you want to stay tuned or just learn some more about what I am doing right now in my backyard as a busy mom of 2, working full time, and how I manage to kind of get everything done, please go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I will see you next time. Bye.